We've got the spoons. Grab yourself a spoon, a copper spoon, a silver spoon. Two different types of spoons right here. Part of the Kalanchoe family. Succulents. I know. I'm the one who's always talking about how I'm all into tropicals. And here I am throwing some succulents at you. These right here, I actually found them in the middle of nowhere. I found this one at a really random garden nursery, kind of almost like more of a retail shop down town here in Kansas City. Actually, they didn't even know what it was. They thought it was a jade plant. And I come to find out, well, because I like the look so much, that it is not a jade plant. It's a Kalanchoe. It's known as the copper spoon. Super healthy. I've had it for about 2 years now, and it's just, you know, doing its thing. I like it a lot just because of its low maintenance, but like really aesthetic and really something unique, something kind of different. It's really structural, kind of architectural, really cool plant. And I want to talk about what the care requirements are for it, because it's going to take a little bit of know-how. It's kind of on the reverse of a lot of the tropicals that I've been talking about a lot. And same thing with this silver spoon. Also interesting backstory to this. This is actually a cutting. I literally started with a sprig like this big. I want to say 2018, like probably 4 years ago. It literally started from a cutting no longer than 2.5, maybe 3 inches that I snipped off of a plant. And I brought it home, put it in a really teeny tiny pot, just popped it in there, hope for the best. And I mean, it's kind of hard to believe this all came from a cutting, and it's kind of the gift that keeps on giving. I'm trying to get a good angle for you here while you can still keep them both in view. It's probably hard for you to see, and I'm going to zoom in, everything that's going on in this pot here, because I mean, one cutting turned into 2, turned into 4, turned into 8, and now this thing's going crazy. There's like a party going on in this pot, because every time a piece of a leaf falls off into the soil, it's like boom, you got a whole new plant. This thing just makes plants out of nowhere. It's like a plant making factory. I didn't know that's what I was getting when I signed up for this plant. I mean, I thought I was just getting a cutting, but as you can see here, there's a new plant starting right here. There's a new plant starting. I mean, that's a new plant. That's a new plant. That's a new plant. It just keeps going. And it's actually pretty hardy, like real thick stems, I mean, pieces will break off, but it's not the end of the world with these. I mean, it's almost like you cut off an arm, it grows like 5 legs. So I really don't do much to take care of these, and that's what I'm going to let you know. But once again, before I get any further into the video, please feel free to give it a like and subscribe for more video content in the near future that I got coming out with more tropicals, and as you're going to see, succulents, and I'm most likely going to be including some outdoor plants as well, because after all, I'm a landscape designer, and the season is getting back into full swing, and I'll be doing a lot of perennials, deciduous, evergreen plants, and the interesting ones. I want to kind of shine a light on the cool ones that I find unique, or that I like, or that I use a lot, and get your take on it. So, you know, back to the Kalanchoes here. I mean, you got to realize Kalanchoes a really big species of plants. There's, I want to say, definitely hundreds, if not thousands, of different Kalanchoes. So they're going to come in all kinds of different shapes and sizes, and these are no exception. as one of the more unique finds. Really, honestly, I've never seen these again at a garden nursery. I mean, this one came from a horticulture department, the cutting that I got. And this one I've only seen once in a garden nursery, and I've never seen them again. So I know they're out there, but I just kind of feel like they're somewhat unique. I bet you, I dare to say that if you're in the southwestern half of the United States, they might be more common around your nurseries and garden centers. But I really enjoy them because I've put this one in particular outside. I talk about my outdoor and my sun exposure a lot. Full sun, doesn't mind it at all, can take the heat, can take tons of drought. And I really don't do much with this. I do maybe fertilize it like twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, just to give it, it really brings out the color. Right now, we're at the tail end of winter, and so you don't have much color variation, but maybe I'll come back to this plant in the summer, and this will almost look like a completely different plant. The copper will be more pronounced. It'll have more orange, kind of almost even a purple, like a medium tan or a brown. There's like a lime green. Really cool how it's almost like iridescent in its color variation. It takes on many different, that's what kind of compelled me to get this plant, because it's not something that's out of the ordinary and real easy to propagate. So I really haven't gone into propagating this one, but same thing applies for this one as it does with the silver spoon. Essentially the exact same care for both of them. I mean, water-wise, just completely let it dry out in between waterings. If not, you know, at least the first 2, 3, 4 inches of soil can completely dry out, and before you even have to think about watering. The reason being is there's tons of water being stored in these really thick, plump leaves, and tons more water being kind of like reservoired into the stem. Matter of fact, I just squeezed it and I feel like I felt a drop of water or something come from somewhere. So yeah, they just hold on to water like crazy, and therefore you really can kind of neglect this plant and it'll be just fine. Full sun, humidity is not really a factor with this. This is not a plant that you really need to mist, or matter of fact, I would not mist this plant. You know, these leaves are kind of porous, and I feel like that can attract things you don't want around your plant. So, I mean, really easy to take care of. I mean, just your occasional fertilizer, like once, twice, 3 times a year. Water I wouldn't say whenever you feel like it. I know some of you are out there that feel like watering a lot, like a lot. And so don't do that with this. I mean, it really wants you to just back off as far as water goes, and just put it in the sun, put it in your brightest window. I mean, it doesn't have to be full sun, and it doesn't have to be, you know, but I definitely, if you put it in a medium light, you're gonna see this, it's gonna get leggy. It's just not gonna look good. It'll probably get kind of spindly, and it'll be more likely to just kind of cave in on itself. Same thing with the silver spoon. I have had this on my window ledge indoors this whole time. Fairly tempted to bring it outdoors this spring, just to see how well it takes off. I really want this to kind of fill in, and I like it to get more like this. I actually it's a work in progress. You know, it looks cool. I like that misty. Matter of fact, the more I looked into this, it's related to some of the like the Dusty Miller and some of those other white dusty looking plants. And that's what I think is cool about this, is because it's got that kind of mystique of a just real, I don't know, like just something that you don't see a whole lot. Anyway, I like them a lot. If you can find them, then definitely give it a try. Only because you probably won't see it again if you don't pick it up. I haven't seen any since, and they really don't need a whole lot. So that's all I got for the Kalanchoe, the silver spoon, and the copper spoon. Thanks for watching.